Alright, we should start here with a person I call Patient Zero. 1, a dude standing in the street was peculiar already, but 2, he didn't even react after being hit. So naturally I got out of my car and snapped a photo. Not 10 seconds later, this happens. This random RP bomb not only blasted my ears off, but it had the lobby dropping out like Kanye. But there was still a gang of us on the server. If you didn't notice, I was walking among a wasteland of destroyed oppressors, and surprisingly one functional one, at which point I felt compelled to count the number of destroyed oppressors. I counted 11. Now you can feel the weirdness growing, but still, in this moment, I didn't think anything was out of the ordinary. The RP bomb had happened to me before. There's a short on my channel that's blowing up, with most of the comments saying I'll be banned. Yeah, I think modders messing with my sessions is punishment enough. You'll see that I was still making my rounds to key locations. I was taking photos like nothing. But one turn later, I got hit with another 50 cc's of weird. Is that? No. Wait. No, what? Online? Let's add 50 more cc's of weird because a car just randomly fell on me and there's nobody inside. And that was my first brush with the invisible walls. I wish I could say it was my only one, but I wish. Wait, did that driverless car that fell from the sky just drive away? I didn't even realize until I was editing that happened. As I was trying to leave, I heard a gunshot and I noticed there was a player near me. Maybe they shot at me, maybe not, but I turned my ass around and followed them. Was this the modder that was turning this server upside down? Answer, I have no idea. But shoot me up with 100 cc's more of weirdness because a few turns away, I see this. Hold it, what the f was... Yo, is that a monkey? And why are there a gang of dead bodies in the background? I paused for a picture, and then I had to punch the ape because it was creeping me out and reminding me of Nope. And if you're still here watching to this point, you might as well slap that subscribe because it's only going to get more peculiar from here. So I drive over to the bodies, and naturally I take a photo of the furry. But something I didn't even realize until editing is that that's Patient Zero, right? Did Patient Zero get noped? Yes, all of that was weird. But I'm on a photography mission and nothing can stop me from... Okay, floating fire hydrants, that'll do it. I paid a quick visit to Simit Alley, I think that's what it's called, and got this nice shot. Only to turn and find this man standing over another pair of dead bodies. Only there's something different about these bodies. Can you spot it? Caliban. No, not that. It's the blood. I'll tell you this right now, I'm gonna find a lot of dead bodies and this is the only one with blood around it. And that alone is unsettling. I'm embarrassed to say that it was finally here, after all the stuff I've seen, that I started getting suspicious. What's next, you say? How about another big ass invisible wall? But not just for me, everybody! Alright, let's cue another person standing around. Alright, finally I had a bright idea to go on the freeway, or highway, or whatever you call it where you're from. Because what would be creepier than seeing the family from us just standing on the highway blocking traffic? Let me speed this part up because, surprise, nothing was off. I mean, I went all around the map and everything seemed in order. Except the part where I wrecked my oppressor. So, it's nighttime now, and I'm thinking, I'm in the clear. All is right in the world. Let's get back into the city and what the f***? No, is that a clown? More Calibans and a clown now. It dawned on me that weird shit, it was in the city. The city equals weird. Now I'd like to introduce you to a staple in my GTA hellscape. Ladies and gentlemen, Hippie Jesus. I snap a photo of this guy, but you know, that gun, I want. Whoa! It's not in the Bible. And now, another staple in my GTA hellscape. This clown. This dude is in the middle of the street looking all kinds of intimidating. It's time to knock this clown's block off. Before we continue this video, I gotta tell you that I've played my fair share of UFC games, and fighting games in general. And when I say I delivered the most perfect punch, it is not a joke. And of course he got up like I had tickled him with a feather. And because of that unbelievable chin, I'll henceforth call him Chinny. Naturally I had to take Chinny out. This dude took my punch like nothing, and that's not cool. But of course, Chinny is a god. Fine, I'll leave Chinny be, when all of a sudden, I don't know if I was being spectated by the modder, but no worries, because look who I found again. Hippie Jesus, and it's time for me to exact my revenge. Hey, you too? Screw it. Respawn me away from that menace. But what's this in the street? What now? Hell, why not a pair of Banditos with birds in them? Banditos, nightmare fuel. Those explosions have been going on for a minute. You can hear them in the background. So let's pause right here because I want you to guess what's making that noise. Please, write it down in the comments because I guarantee you that you won't guess correctly. Alright, time's up. It's the immortal Jesus versus the indestructible clown. The Messiah of Munchies versus the eternal entertainer. The savior in sandals versus Cue Ball the clown. The crucified cannabis connoisseur versus... Nah, you get it. This fight went entirely too long, so I'll spare you because I'm probably gonna make it short of it anyway. So if I can't kill them, I can definitely pin them under my car, right? Yep, that's about right. Now, I'd like to think those two are still fighting in some binary dimension, but moving on. I spotted a player, like a real person, and I was desperate to hear what in the hell this guy has seen tonight. But he ditched me. And then I realized something big. I hadn't seen a car drive by since the first time I saw Hippie Jesus. There were no cars driving. I ran around for a good chunk until finally settling for a parked car, but I also found the guy who left my ass on the street. And damn it, I was gonna get some answers from him. Oh shit! The streets were barren, no cars driving, no NPCs in sight. You know, aside from the ones that lit me up. This is hellish in itself. And it reminds me of the first episode of the OG Twilight Zone, in which a man is completely and utterly alone in a town. That episode is aptly called, Where is Everybody? The sun's coming up and my morale is going down. But what's this? Fuck cars. I drove over and I rammed the first one, which immediately blows out all of its windows apparently, but it keeps driving, so I opt for the gray van that was leading the way. These two are the first people I've seen in a bit, and just having them driving close to me is already helping. Oh my god. Oh my hippie god. There's nobody driving. Now this is crazy, dude. This was some ghost shit, so I fired into that car because whatever was driving it needed to be stopped. My friends, we've come to another crossroad. There's no more people around, no cars, so what can possibly make this any weirder? Well, get ready for a hit of 200 cc's of odd as we turn around this corner. Oh man, there's people in the bushes. No way. That's... Okay, Michael just killed me. Michael is in this broken hellscape version of GTA5 online and he killed me. And he killed himself apparently. The gang is all here and they all have RPGs. Truly bizarre. But I learned my lesson with Chinny and Hippie Jesus. If you have the shot, you gotta take it. Sorry, buddy. Just then, a car, most likely driven by Casper, the modded ghost, distracted my homing missile. Of all people, Trevor got alerted to my presence. Luckily, I had guns at the ready, and I made quick work of him. What? He's still alive? Nah, not for long. At this point, you gotta be wondering, what else could there be? I just took out the three main characters of GTA5. So some demonic NPCs die, and some don't. But this guy made this movie moment possible. And cue the worst possible moment for an invisible wall. At this point I'm thinking either the modder is watching me and setting me up for failure like the director in Left 4 Dead, or I've driven this broken server to its absolute brink. I could have driven away, but I'll be honest, a photo of an RPG coming right at me was too damn enticing to pass up. Yeah, and this dude invisible walled himself. Some of you might be thinking, how the hell are you gonna kill off the three protagonists just like that? Well, my new subscriber, don't fret because they're back. I didn't even do anything to Trevor. What a hothead. I drove around a while longer, but honestly, something about being that alone in the game felt incredibly off-putting. Maybe it was the rain right on cue, but I was legit feeling low. And then I turned the corner and I saw a friend. No, it's not Chinny or Hippie Jesus. There was Apeman, just looking up into the sky, fresh off the success of Planet of the Apes probably. So I snapped a pic. I stood by him and accidentally got an eye full of ape ass, and that's how I was gonna end it. Me and Apeman staring off into the rain clouds. Nah. I drove on and I found a bank truck. Easy loot, right? Hey, for all my trouble, I should at least get paid. And you may be thinking, cheater, that's not fair, whatever. Relax, because all this loneliness in GTA Hell had rotted my brain and I forgot how many grenades I threw. As far as I was concerned, the game had broke beyond its limits, so there was only one thing to do. In a sandbox of ghost cars, Caliban piles, and killer NPCs, taking my character off the drawing board seemed fitting. Sinking to the ocean depths is the cherry on top of this hellish experience. And then the modders spawned Godzilla to save me. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you enjoyed watching me suffer through this server, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next level up.